Hello everyone, this is Fantastic Worlds. Welcome you back to Lovecraft Country and the Dark Rites of Arkham, where once again we plunge into the seedy 1930s Cthulhu Noir genre. And whoa, does last episode a bit much? Apparently they've decided to drop every single Lovecraftian story into one, put it in a blender, and see what happens. But let's get back to trying to raise the dead to save the world, because that's where we are right now. Okay, so if you recall from last time, we have to find a way in order to get the coroner to doing the autopsy in order to leave. Now, I'm kind of hoping. You coming? Apparently, he's just lost in thought there. Okay, let's try talking to him now. Darn it. Gods. Okay, so that's not going to work. Alright, so, try talking to her again. What is Collins looking for? Very distracted lately. He hasn't started the autopsy yet. That's for the silver spoon. Oh, whoa. Do we have, hold on. Do we have the ability to go to the silver spoon? Or is it that diner we went to last time? Because I can't remember. No, it doesn't really matter. Stonegate. Oh, right. We can go to Stonegate Prison and talk to the good Dr. Oh God, West. Detectives, right? I'm Paul Riley. My partners told me you were coming. Herbert West, huh? There he is, cell number 3. Bit of a freak. Green Mile visits Stonegate, but Green Mile's a reference to a Stephen King novel, but it's not technically horror. It's only got a little bit of horror elements. It's just supernatural. There's a sheet of paper on the desk. Let's see. Cell 1, Barry Copeland. Execution date, Friday. Last meal, steak with coleslaw. Cell 2, Stuart Howes. Execution date, March 2nd, 1934. Cell 3, Herbert West. Execution date to be determined. Now, why would he be being determined? Because a man who possesses the ability to raise the dead would be of great interest to the powers that be, now wouldn't they? You know, they let him sweat it for a little bit here while we're on death row, and then, you know, hey, Herbie, we got a deal for you. Would you like to work for us? You might even be able to get a nicer cell. That's how that works. Yeah. What can you tell me about Herbert West? You want my opinion? I hope he rots in hell. He killed innocent people for his blasphemous experiments, but no one but God can grant or take life. You're a cop, you have a gun. You have the option to take life all the time. We can keep an eye on this room for you. You can take a break if you want. We're police officers. Trust us. Never, ever trust a police officer. I appreciate it, but my post is here. I can't leave it. Thank you for your cooperation. Hit the key rack. Let's talk to Harvey. This place is a slaughterhouse, Jack. Referring to death row. There's only one key hanging here. The tag says Old Betty. Detective! You've come to see Herbert West, haven't you? Then stick to it. Dang it, you're not going to let me play with the electric chair? I am just upset. Hey, fellas. You lawyers? No, sorry. We're police officers. Police officers? Oh, wow. Yeah, not really much going on here. Okay, it's full of papers. I didn't even mean to check on it, but it's probably just kind of how I am. Oh, wait, we've got, probably have to trade the magazine for something in here, because, you know, these men are probably lonely. Hopefully only. Need anything, gentlemen? Some moonshine? Tobacco? Meds? Don't let these bars fool you. Old Stuart can get anything. Yep, there's always somebody in prison, usually multiple people, who can just access anything they can want to. Usually by bribing the guards, by the way. Tell us about your merchandise. At the moment, I can only deal in 3 items. Booze, tobacco, and medicine. But I'm thinking of expanding the business. You're on death row, man. What are you interested in? We'd love to do business with you. Old Stewart, delighted to do business with you too. But no money. Money is useless here. True. Only bartering. Got it. We'll come back. Trade the magazine later. Do the guards know anything about your business? Don't they say anything to you? What do you think? What are they gonna say? They take 40% of the profits. Told you. Why are you walking around nonstop? I get dizzy just watching you. It's my exercise time. I've been here so long time, I don't want my body to atrophy. Absolutely correct. Did you find yourself in a prison cell? Make sure to exercise. It'll be stiff enough when old Betty gives me her goodnight kiss. Well, apparently he's just accepted it. We've got work to do. Hold on, I'm not going anywhere. Alright, West. Hold on, fire extinguisher. I cannot believe we can just do that. Hey! I gotta get rid of him. That fire extinguisher is here for a reason. So put it back where it belongs. We gotta ditch him. Thank you. Harvey thinks we're nuts anyways. Alright, Herbert West. Let's find out what he wants. Mr. West. Dr. West. Dr. Fester, Detectives Foster and Whitman, we'd like to ask you some questions. Oh god, he looks pretty I know you. You were part of the raid that broke into my lab and landed me here. What are you here for? We need your help. My help, huh? I can't help anyone while I'm confined to this place. Mr. West. I prefer you call me Dr. West, thank you. I didn't spend 4 years in evil medical school not to be called doctor. Do you know, by the way, do you know the date of your execution yet? I hope it's soon. They have taken more than my freedom. They have deprived me of the right to practice my scientific vocation. Life has no meaning for me anymore. Well, get straight to the point. We need your serum to revive corpses. All the samples were destroyed when the police broke into my laboratory. Didn't you keep some anywhere else? No, I was careless. Could you make the serum? I could, but without a lab and locked up here, it's impossible. Damn it, Harvey, we're late again. Why do you want my serum? We want to avoid a tragedy. It's a long story, but without your serum, there may not be a tomorrow. You seem very desperate. I can see in your eyes that I'm your only hope. It disgusts me to collaborate with the police when you were the ones who put me here. But I can share a rumor that's going around this prison with you. What rumor are you referring to? Some guards are scared. They don't dare walk past the basement door. They claim they heard the screams of someone named Davis and Powley. Why does that help us? They're both dead. Powley hanged himself by his cell and Davis was fried by old Betty. Sounds like a stupid ghost story, right? I think someone is replicating my serum in that basement. Who could be replicating your serum? There are only 2 other people besides me who know my formula. The narrator of the story, Herbert West, Reanimator. One is my former assistant. He was there from the beginning. Yep, that's the person I was talking about. Did you find him? Nope, he's still on the run. And the other? Dr. Eric Moreland Chaplin Lee. He was the one I started developing the serum with back in the day. We met during the Great War at a medical camp that is part of the backstory. But I think Moreland is a long shot. Why would you say that? His plane was shot down. I decapitated his corpse to experiment on it. And it disappeared. Yep, Okay, but both the body and the head. As I said, Moreland is a long shot, but not impossible. Okay, so the reason why that's important is that in the original Herbert West Reanimator story, Herbert West is not captured by the police, but is in fact killed by the individual he just mentioned, the doctor with a really long name I've forgotten. He is kind of upset that he was reanimated. Now, in this timeline, the police grabbed him before that event happened, so he could still be out there trying to revive an army of corpses as he did at the end of the story. Spoilers for a 100-year-old story, by the way. Really, I think after a century, it's got to be considered not spoilers. Okay. We may talk to you again. Now we can get booze, tobacco, or something else out. Now, it may be that we have to use tobacco. I've got to go talk to Betty again about what his ritual is, so that we can get an idea what we need to get him. See if Paul knows anything else. Yeah? Are you aware of the rumors about the basement? You mean the screams of the dead? I've never heard them. I won't deny that every time I walk that door, I cross myself. I haven't got his accent down, I'm sorry. Okay, thank you for your cooperation. Okay, so desk, getting there, Paul Riley. Okay, bottle of antiseptic, thick cord. We can definitely use that to trade with the guy here, but we need to know what we need to trade for. Okay, so let's see what that extra location looks like. Alright, so. Execution chamber. Well, that's a... It's locked. You just, like, walk in here past the thing? Wow, that's kind of... Death row, let's go to the basement, shall we? Well, this is where Dr. West said that. Damn it! Damn near gave me a heart attack. Scream came from in here. Basement presents a serious structural risk and possible ceiling collapse. For safety reasons, entry by any unauthorized personnel is strictly forbidden. Prohibited. Signed, Warden Robson. What West says is true, the warden must be in the loop. I doubt he's unaware of a clandestine laboratory in his prison. And this notice looks like it's meant to deter the curious. Let's pay him a visit. Alright, this is just getting weirder and weirder. They all seem to the same label. Damaged clothing, not reusable. None of these boxes are any use to us. Locked. Were you expecting it to be open? Just this once, yes. Alright then, let's get go talk to the warden, I guess. Go ahead! Tim's Dr. Foster and Whitman, right? I'm Warden Eugene Robson. It is a pleasure to meet you. Have you already spoken to Herbert West? I'm surprised anyone would want to talk to that piece of human trash. Yeah, there are some loose ends left over from his arrest. Routine investigation. West told us a possibly clandestine laboratory in the basement. Do you have, like, any ability to be subtle? He speculates that someone is making a serum similar to his. What? Allow me to offer some advice. West is a pathological liar. Don't get caught up in his fantasies. Some guards claim to hear screams from deceased prisoners coming from the basement. What? Well, we've heard them too. That's an old prison, detectives. Prisoners never stop screaming, and the echo travels through the hallways. That's really not a sign of a good, well-run prison, guys. Can we take a look in the basement? Do you have the key? Our basement is in ruins. I can't allow you access. And that door will remain shut until restoration work begins. I'm sorry to tell you that. Are you okay? You coughed up blood. Cancer. Advanced stage. Oh. I'm very sorry, Warden. I don't have much time left in this world, detectives, which is why he wants the serum of immortality. The last thing I want is to spend it listening to horror stories about my prison. You are free to roam the grounds, but stay away from the basement. The place is unsafe, and I would rather not be responsible for what might happen to you. Alright, so. Table? There's a note on the table. Note to the warden. I understand you don't want me to come up to the office anymore, but there's a failure in the electrical system. You say I talk too much, that I get lost in the details, and that it wastes your time. I know you're a busy man, so I'll take your advice. I won't come up anymore. However, as soon as there's a malfunction, I will call you and tell you everything anyway. I like to explain things as they are, so there's no confusion later. I am thorough in my work and like to make everything clear with details, as it should be. Signed, Joseph Gordon, Head of Maintenance. Now we're going to talk to Joseph. Okay, I doubt he's going to let us rummage through. I'm not going to snoop through the files of the warden right next to me. Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Our 32nd president. Thank you. You thought these bottles held alcohol. It's just water. I also see a telephone. There are several public telephones in the lobby, Detective. Use them if you need to make a call. Yeah, it's kind of rude to do that. Let's stop by and talk to him. Warden. Yes? Are you sure nothing strange is going on in the basement? I've been running this prison for over 20 years. My reputation precedes me. Okay. Who are you going to believe, a criminal like West or me? Can we take the basement key? I already told you, that basement is in ruins. If your plan isn't interested, we wait until the planned renovations are complete. I'll be happy to give you a guided tour. I won't bother you any longer. Key rack. He's right there. It's an aerial photograph of the prison building and the labor camps surrounding it. Yep, labor camps. Traditional labor camp, probably. Might have been prison labor. They did that, they do that. Coat rack. I'm going to go through his pockets. That must be Warden Robinson's hat. I don't need it, I already have mine. Right then, let's go talk to maintenance. Who maintenance knows pretty much everything. Just stay away from the jumble of wires and fuses if I don't want to get zapped. Okay, it's door. I think black. Where are the blacks? Maintenance. Changing rooms. Of course we're gonna ransack people's stuff. There's a guard's jacket hanging there. I'll search it. There's nothing in the pockets. Already searched the jacket. Okay, there's nothing in it. Then maybe we'll take the jacket. Empty. There's only a coat hanger and a nasty smell of sweaty socks. Locker has a lock. I don't have the key. I'm running low on bullets. I think I'm going to need them urgently tonight. I want to waste them shooting at a lock. Oh, I'm glad they actually have a custom message for that. Most people didn't think of that. The poster of Jean Harlow at the door. Actress. There's nothing inside. There's a metal cup with coffee grounds in it. I'm not interested. And the reason why there's grounds in it is that you don't have a coffee maker. You just pour the hot water in like you do tea. There's the lock. I have the key. Alright. Rules. It's a pretty long list of hygiene rules for using a shower. Some are so basic that it makes you think if they've been written down, it's because the guards are pigs. Neither the smell or bleach nor zonite can mask the stench coming from those showers. God knows what fungus is running under there. The locker rooms smell worse than a public latrine. 10 o'clock. How much time do we have to save humanity? Our planetary alignment will be complete at 3 in the morning. Damn it. 5 hours. But again, the time's not moving. We're moving at the speed of plot. It would be funny if they did actually have a time limit. Alright. My habit for just doing things randomly. Detectives, right? How did you know? This prison's pretty big, but small enough. You know what I mean? Yes. I'm Joe. What can I do for you? Right. There are a lot of tools you could use. Which ones do you think we'll need? Well, I would say, you're not thinking of taking any of my tools, are you? They're my property, so don't make me use a saw. You know what I mean? There's a magazine on the table. Take it if you want. Are you sure? I've already read it. Alright, so... Sure. American Science. Special aviation issue. Are you planning on building an airplane? Oh, special only has pages in the middle. Rest is the usual content. Science technology, get the American Science one. Supplement aviation usually use monthly content poster. Keeps morale up, huh? Who? Oh, yeah. These are the prison blueprints, right? Yep, and they're confidential. And in the wrong hands, they can be used to help prisoners escape. I'd probably lock them up if I were you. You know what I mean? Can we look at the files? Of course not. Hey, keep the line free. Don't even think about changing the station. Guess it's the only song that they actually have. We should probably... There are several chemicals I don't recognize. What catches my eyes is a fire extinguisher. Damn it. I just cut my finger on the edge of the shelf. That's what you get for sticking your hands where they don't belong. Go to the infirmary and get that looked at before it gets infected. Take the fire extinguisher with you while you're at it. It's empty. Why do we do it with a fire extinguisher that doesn't work? Ask your partner. He was dead set on taking it. Why not? I just love how they're lampshading this the habit of us grabbing everything at random. Oh, gods. Alright, let's talk to Joe, finally. Don't you have work to do? Yeah, lots of it. Then why don't you get to it? Everything here is inventoried. I'll make sure you don't take anything. We're the police. You should trust us. That's exactly why. Alright, so here's where we're going to kind of be going with this. Don't touch my work table. Yeah, I thought we're gonna have to call the warden to get him to move, to get the key, to get to the basement, to get to the serum, to get to the oh my god, is this gonna add up? Alright, let's get out of here. We're gonna give the secretary the additional reading material. I think it seems to have played a really weird part of this. Harvey, heads up. You! Have you come to carry out your threat? That won't be necessary, detectives. Mayor Bradley's murder has altered the course of events. He was the one who was supposed to summon Yog-Sothoth, not the Supreme Sorceress. Apparently, insert Doctor Strange joke here. There is no room in the rebellion in the master plan. Does that mean Yog-Sothoth will not be summoned? Au contraire. He will be summoned anyway. But we cannot allow it. Okay, you're the Men in Black, which means Yog-Sothoth will destroy the Earth as planned. But it will not be during this alignment of planets. Do you know where the invocation will take place? Yes. Where? I cannot reveal the location. We are not allowed to intervene directly in the course of events. Yithian. Where's your partner? He is exploring alternatives to stop the High Sorceress. In another time, in another place. Yep, Yithians. Who are you? Who do you work for? We are not allowed to reveal that. What is this master plan all about? Our minds are not qualified to comprehend its complexity. Their plan has been in place for millions of years and will take millions more to complete the Great Race of Yith. As I said, the master plan has been altered and had to be reconfigured. In an unexpected turn of events, you are playing a key role in preventing Yog-Sothoth from being summoned. That is exactly what we were trying to do. You are doing it outside of the plan before. Now you are part of it. Can you help us with that? You're going to need all the help we can get. I've already told you that we do not allow to intervene directly. We cannot actively participate in the course of events that compromise the architecture of this plan, even in its reconfiguration. However, take this. Key. A key? It is an not insignificant object that isn't part of the plan. But when it's used correctly, it will trigger a series of actions that could lead to the success of your mission. What is the Great Race of Lith I'm talking about? Hang on. The Herbert West is actually time travelers who do mental time travel by inhabiting people's bodies. Sometimes they use volunteers. So this guy could probably just be a regular guy who the Yithians contacted and said, "Hey, dude, we'll give you a lottery number. You can go." I'm not sure if they had lottery back then, but you know what I mean. You can go get some serious cash from this as long as you work for us. If you don't, and if you betray us, we'll have your name. We'll transport into your body and jump off a cliff. Yeah. All right. So let's check this. Someone Black gave me this key. I don't know what it opens. At least those people aren't no longer a threat. No, you're considered an asset. We need to revive Violet. We don't have much time left. All right. So first of all, Clara. Hasn't he started yet? Ritual. Stuff his silver spoon. Coffee. Smokes a couple cigarettes and skims the Arkham advertiser. He's a man of habit. Like a spring. Nope. No. Let's see if the special supplement. Okay, among things, the Boeing 247. A special supplement refers among things the Boeing 247 operated by United Airlines. It's revolutionary. The first modern passenger plane. Retractable landing gear, all metal construction, and enclosed cockpit. There's an article on the latest advances in radio telephony. The author claims that communicating by telephone with ships on the high seas is now as easy as calling your own home. In letters to the editor, a laboratory technician warns that mixing Atlantic Chemical and Jefferson Pharmaceutical brand antiseptic alcohols can cause spontaneous combustion. However, he also points out that the accidental mixing of both antiseptics is unlikely. There's an article about the success of the Chicago's World Fair. The organizers are planning to open its doors again from June 1st to October 31st next year. The hell? That wouldn't hurt, but don't worry, this man can keep busy all night. Alright. Keep at it, Clara. Okay, so how? Alright, so if I can't seem to activate this... This is weird. No. It just tells me about all this stuff. But I was hoping to be able to use some sort of conversation mixture. Okay, so... What do we do now? Jefferson Pharmaceutical and... Hold on. Jefferson Pharmaceutical and Atlantic Chemical. Don't have the other one. Let's see if they're in here. Or possibly at the maintenance shed. Table, let's go over the instruments here. Already have a syringe. Table. Go back, grab tobacco from the... I better not touch them. Table. Cabinet. Okay, so we'll try to go get some tobacco. We'll save before doing it, just in case it's the wrong thing to do, but I thought I could give her that particular piece of media, but it just supposedly gives me the ability to create explosives, which is always good. All right, let's head over to the prison. Because we made progress to some degree. Let's head over. Grab death row. No, not death row. Didn't mean death row. Hang on. Wait, no, death row is where we want to go. Never mind. Oh, don't forget the infirmary either. It's where we'll be getting that stuff, wasn't it? Kind of weird that we actually walked past the place to get to the prisoners. Okay, so we're going to do... For some reason. I have no idea why. We're going to try to replace the extinguishers without him noticing. See. Okay, I thought maybe use it to distract him, but no. Talk to the guard. What should I say? I don't know. Be creative. Okay. Well, hopefully there's no fire. What did you do? I took the fire extinguisher and left the empty one in place. I hope you know what you're doing. I hope so too. Okay, so quick save, just in case. I'm not sure if you can actually abort this game, break the game in such a way. But let's talk to the man. Tell us about your merchandise. Tobacco. It's a common currency of every prison in every state. Bright, dark, chewing. Take your pick. What do you want to barter for your merchandise? It's very boring here. Let me entertain myself. Okay, got it. Oh, I'm not going anywhere. So, do we give him the men's magazine? Modern woman? What are you implying? I'm very much a man. That didn't work. Okay, so. Okay, so what else could we possibly do here? I was hoping. Not giving him a gun, that's for sure. So I don't know what exactly we're supposed to do with this. Probably detonate it somewhere, but should go check out the infirmary, get the fire thing. I guess we're gonna start a fire and then stop it. Question is, oh, we're gonna do it over at the we're gonna do it. Key is too small. Just a thought. Maintenance, basement, infamy. Ah, you must be detectives who come to see the butcher, Herbert West. And before you say anything, yeah, he should be in there. But Harold Murphy is harmless. And the new nurse gets on my nerves, and nothing will happen with me here. What happened? Oh, Murphy's a snitch, and Benny Romino didn't take it too well. Romano's about as tall as a 7-year-old on tiptoes, so he was lucky. He cut his thigh. It doesn't look good, but he'll make it. We got work to do. Harvey? Everything okay, partner? Everything's fine. Authorized personnel only. Does include us, because we are, in fact. There's a magazine on the bench. Creepy Tales. Your stories, right? Indeed. For horror, try the one we're living, huh, buddy? Okay, so we'll have to get Creepy Tales magazine. Okay, so let's walk in. And you're gonna go in and tell the nurse to hurry up. I don't have all day. Would you be actually guarding the prisoner? Is this gonna take long? It's going to take as long as it takes. Can't you just put a bandage on it? We have to close the wound first, Mr. Murphy. Let's talk about bandages later. I appreciate your patience. I've already explained the situation several times. It's bad enough seeing you half naked without having to listen to your complaints again. For God's sakes. For God's sakes. Alright, let's start warning. Wash your hands before treating the patients. You'd be surprised how little that happens in a hospital. Good advice. Spelling chart. How many rows can you read? Huh. All of them. You have eagle eye, partner. What about you? I can't get past the third row. Yeah, this is actually, you've seen it go to optometrist to the chart, the famous chart where you see whatever line you can go down to. It's supposed to determine what your abilities say. The president is giving a speech to the entire nation. He's explaining why they need to shut the banks temporarily. Oh, God. People have become increasingly distrustful and started to withdraw all their money. And this has weakened the banking system. History repeats. The measure the president should take is to torch every bank. God, you're an idiot. Medical supplies. It's locked. The key doesn't fit the lock. Oh well. This is a list of prisoners who have been in the infirmary the past week and their ailments. It's so dirty I can barely see myself in it. And after everything I've been through tonight, it's better that way. I feel like I've aged 40 years. There's a rubber bulb inside. Please close that cabinet. You can't take medical supplies from the infirmary. It's a drawing of a guy who looks like he's been skinned alive, because it's just show where the muscles are. There's a small bottle of antiseptic alcohol on the table. You can't take that. I'm going to need it to clean Mr. Murphy's wound. That's if I don't bleed. That's if I don't bleed to death first. Oh, shut up. Oh, she's... Okay, so we gotta get rid of her, too. This is all getting interconnected. Need some help? The only one who can help me right now is Dr. Sullivan. He has the key to the surgical supply cabinet, and without it, I can't properly treat Mr. Murphy. It's not the one we have, however. Right. Need some. Okay. Hey, pal! Know any medicine? Because this bitch ain't got a fucking clue how to close a thigh wound. Well, there goes monetization. I already told you the doctor is away. I also told you he took the key to the surgical supply cabinet with him. I can't stitch the wound. All I can do is apply pressure until it heals a little. Well, we've been doing that for an hour! We'll be here as long as we have to. Got it? And if you call me a bitch again, I'll let you to bleed to death right here. Well, that happened. Hang on 1 second. Okay, now we're back. Now, we've got Women's Magazine and a series of horror stories written by people without a social life for readers without a social life. Well, that's a bit picky now, isn't it? Alright, so let's go. Okay, so we can try using the horror story to pay off the dude with the who can get us cigarettes. That doesn't work, we'll try something else. Try giving it to the woman, I guess. Let's see what you got to bargain with. I got enough nightmares from getting closer and closer to old Betty. No, it is not him. We might be able to give it to the secretary at the morgue, however. Kind of annoying having to walk past this each time, but it is kind of ominous. Old Betty is hungry. Alright, so we'll try first. I think I already read it. So horror? I don't read horror. It's a good magazine. Salisbury Quinn, Arlen Edley, Gray Lespina. Lespina? Is that a last name? So neither of these work. Oh, things are getting annoying. Use the horror story. Can't do that. Don't have the key. Ugh. Okay, so yeah, there's one other place I might want to think trying. Head over the maintenance section, because we have a key, right? We've got 2 locked lockers here. Alright, so let's try the key the guy gave me on this lock. It worked. That's why it was closed, huh? Someone's pissing all over the Volstead Act. Should we confiscate it? Done, and we'll drink it. Can't break the law, Jack. We've broken several already, and it stays here. The note says the oil stain is still on the pants. I must remember to take them back to the dry cleaners. The note is pinned on with a sewing needle. Alright. Sewing needle. Nappy stories. Doctor, the master's voice. Wait, girl. Turn your gaze away from the incident magazine, Mr. Whitman. Okay. Okay. High allergic at snappy stories. Dolores Del Rio. Who? Flying down to Rio with Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers? I don't know them. What planet are you living on, Harvey? They're the most popular stars in movies at the moment. Be careful with Betty. She's misbehaving. Okay. Failure. The overload. We're gonna have to use the electric chair to short out the lights. Oh, gods. It smells of sweat. Alright, so let's exit. Alright, so we have a needle. We have thread. Right? Oh, God, I have a terrible thought. Also, make sure we got everything in here while we're here. Alright, what do we got? Shelf. Why is there okay, question mark. There we go. What the hell is this? That panel warns if there's a failure in the prison electrical system. So everything's there again. Alright, so that just reinforces the idea we need to create an electrical discharge. Alright, so now we have this. We'll head over to the infirmary because she needs a needle and thread, correct? Now, granted, I wouldn't use this crap, especially old thread and a needle that we just found next to an oil stain. But you know what? There we go, needle and thread. I would have the needle with sewing thread. I almost went blind doing it. How do you manage that? Okay. But the needle took me 4 tries. Not bad at all. It can be tough. With these, I can stitch Mr. Murphy's wound. I need to sterilize both the needle and the thread. Would you be so kind as to leave them on that tray over there? Yes, of course. And now, if you'd be so kind as to step outside, I'll start treating Mr. Murphy's wound. Bad time, for Christ's sake! Come on, Harvey. Alright. So, with that's going on, let's try the magazine we just got over at Death Row. Or before we do that, oh, it's one of those cheap magazines with erotic stories. High literature for the truly cultured. Missed. Stuart, calm down. There you go. Seriously? Let's see what you got to bargain with. This reading may make my lonely nights in this cell more bearable. I think you know what I mean. I really wish I didn't. You better not go into detail. Okay, we can continue with our barter. What do you need? Booze, tobacco, or medicine? Tobacco. I can't remember where I left my pack of cigarettes, so I could use one. A pack? You think this is a drugstore? The common currency here is single cigarettes. For a magazine, I can give you... couple of cigarettes. Right. Gentlemen, it's been a pleasure doing business with you. Alright then. A couple of cigarettes. You're running Smell Velvet Leaf. Not my brand. Okay. Now, empty fire extinguisher, accelerant, paper. Now, can we just light the damn thing? Probably not. Hell, the lighter's out of juice. Oh, crying out loud. Because that would have made things a lot easier. So we got to now go. Anything more you got to say, Paul? Yeah. Thank you for your cooperation. Alright. So, now we've got the cigarettes. We give them to the doctor. Then we do some things. Okay. This is just going to get weirder and weirder. Isn't it? We'll be back. Alright. So now that we've got the cigarettes, we go to the morgue. Pop in. Give them to the good doctor. Alright, so, cigarette. Were you looking for this? Cigarettes! I don't know where I left mine. I've been looking everywhere, but never mind. Thanks, Foster. I've got to step out for a minute. I'm going to get some coffee at the Silver Spoon. I don't want to see you guys around when I get back, okay? I don't like working with an audience. What am I doing, Tim Curry? Younger Tim Curry. All clear. All right, what do we got? Do we need anything from here, Harvey? I don't think so. This can is labeled phenol. Phenol. I think it's a powerful disinfectant. Can you open it? It's locked. I already have a syringe. There are some other bottled liquids I don't recognize. I better not touch them. Let's hope that serum does the trick. Oh, right. Don't have it yet, unfortunately. Okay, so we just got rid of him, which is necessary, but we do need to have the serum first. Oh, God. What are we doing next? Got rid of him. I thought there'd be more to that. What we can do is... Alright, she said she needs some time to fix up her patient. Let's presume that getting something done is the time, and then we will run back. Is this any way to run a railroad? Okay, so we'll pop by the infirmary. Gods. Medbay. Grab it. There's a small bulb and it's on the table. Got it. Rubber bulb inside. I'll take it with me. God, we're just trashing the place, aren't we? Who's going to arrest us for the cops? Anyways, second life. Alright, so here's Atlantic Chemicals. So, let's pop over. God damn it, I can't believe the lighter's useless. We'll pop in. Not sure why we're setting things on fire, but we're going to be doing it. To grab key to the electric chair. Of course we are. Oh no! Fire! Yeah, we're not gonna help. What the hell happened here? I don't know. Just kind of happened. What? Fire extinguisher doesn't work. I gotta find another one. Thumbs up. We're using our own, of course. Herbert West. All right. I don't think he's got anything else to say while the guard's not here. What does make this? We don't have it. Okay. Anything to say? Why do you need a lawyer? I'm innocent, and they're about to execute me. It wasn't me. Witnesses said it was a black man. I was helping Seth Bishop when it happened. Believe me, it wasn't me. I need a good lawyer. Listen to Barry Copeland. All right, cool. Whatever. Grab that key. There's only one key hanging there. It says Old Betty. Yeah, let's go over to the execution chamber, shall we? I think there's anything here we can rummage through. Okay. Yeah, we got it. Alright, fine. Put the key back. That's what I would do. I'm not sure we can do that in this game. Open. Oh boy. I wonder what kind of pleasure some people get from attending such a cruel execution as the electric chair. Don't know humans much, do you? I think it's more realistic than the movies. And they don't charge you for it. And if you set up a cow shit sandwich stand and put a Hy-Vee sign, you should probably run out of stock. Probably. There's a sponge floating in the bucket. At the time of execution, they soak it in water and place it between the prisoner's head and the electrode helmet to facilitate the passage of the current. That's right. That's actually what they do. Because if you don't do it, if you've read The Green Mile, which is in reference in this episode, they will be set on fire. It's locked. A test will be conducted tomorrow to ensure everything's in order for the execution of Barry Copeland. Well, the entire world may be dead at the rate we're going. Oh no. Oh no. Gods, here we go. Okay, we gotta find the right setting. If I recall. It's overloading! You broke it. Yeah, well, I don't give a shit. Huh? There's something wrong with old Betty. I gotta report it to the warden. Gotta get too many voices. I'm losing track of which is which. Let's go, people. The warden will be absent. Oh, you know what? I got it. I'm tired of this. Sorry, I missed the actual line. No, not the maintenance room. We want the basement. Alright, so. Open. Ready to head down to the basement? I have a bad feeling about this. I have a bad feeling too. But my gun's loaded. Let's go. Except it doesn't work well on zombies. Even the headshots won't work on Reanimator zombies. Nothing to interact with yet. You know what, Harvey? This place is dirty, dank, and it stinks. But it's not falling apart. The warden is lying. And West might be right. So it appears. This should go poorly. Jack! Help me! Mr. Davis! What's all the shouting about? To have this guy get sewed back on. Behave yourself, for God's sakes. Can't you see we have visitors? I'm very sorry about this unpleasant welcome. But Mr. Davis has some difficulty with his social skills, but it's not his fault. Let's get out of this cold place and go to my lab. Follow me. I'm just going to take the serum directly. Oh, good grief. Good heavens. I apologize for the mess. Had I known I was having visitors, I'd tidy up a bit. Detectives Foster and Whitman. Dr. Moreland, I presume. How do you know my name? He's the bad guy in the film, too. We just spoke with Dr. West. He hinted that corpses are being revived in this basement. And he named you as one of the possible people who might be responsible. Although he doubted it since you claimed you were dead. That's true. My plane was shot down during the Great War. West brought me back. War I, by the way. What do you want from me? Your serum. My serum, huh? Does your serum work? Does it work? Much better than West's. He was always very cautious with the dosage. But that was the key. If you inject a corpse, can we have a conversation with it? Of course. You have the same clarity as when it was breathing. Although I admit the formula still needs some tweaking. It's unstable, but I'm close to success. Why are you wearing that mask? Are you uncomfortable with this stink? Are you comfortable with the stink of entrails? Good heavens, no! There's your answer. What happened to your neck? Did you cut yourself shaving? Haha. I worked closely with Dr. West on the reanimation serum. What better place than a battlefield to get fresh corpses for experimentation? Not that fresh, usually were torn apart. The accident that killed me also severed my head. West injected the compound into both halves. He didn't do it because of our friendship, but because he was my mentor. To him, I was just another corpse to experiment on. I grabbed my head and fled. Why is your lab in this basement? The further away from this kind of science is from society, the better. The world doesn't understand it yet, but it will, and this was the best Warden Robson could arrange. The Warden? He's sick, very sick. Did you know that? He doesn't have long to live. West's imprisonment opened a valuable opportunity for Robson. The serum would bring him back to life when his time came. But West refused to help him, and Robson moved heaven and earth until he found me. He made me an irresistible offer, unlimited test subjects. Plenty of people die here that no one cares about. It's a real life too. Organ harvesting at the very least. How could I resist? Would you be willing to give us your serum? Because it's West's doings, isn't it? He wasn't to steal it. West has nothing to do with this. But humanity is in danger, Dr. Moreland. And your work is the key to saving it from certain annihilation. You are a bunch of thieves with a lot of imagination. I knew this situation might arise. That's why I took precautions. You should probably owe Mr. Paoli, because he's the first seen. He murdered all 7 members of his family with his bare hands. And this is Mr. Crampton. No introductions necessary. He stormed into a coffee shop in a fit of madness and killed 10 of the 15 customers inside. Both Mr. Crampton and Mr. Paoli are products of an earlier version of my serum. They returned with limited cognition, but stronger than at the time of death. To my surprise, I discovered I could control them. I try to leave, and they'll kill you before you reach the door you came through. Try to harm me, and they'll tear you apart. Are you saying we are your prisoners? Oh, much more than that. You have the honor of being my last test subjects. Don, if you'll excuse me, I have to figure out how to stabilize the formula. Enjoy your last hours of life. In normal circumstances, we could take these 2 down. But there's a problem. Yeah, they're dead. Now, you heard Mr. Moreland. They were dangerous killers. That damn serum made them stronger. I don't know if we come out on top. So what do you suggest? Just kill Moreland before he unleashes those 2 corpses on us. How do you kill someone who's already dead? I don't know. But all I know is no one can accuse us of murder. Because he's already dead. Exactly. Alright, so how do we do this? Oops. I'm gonna check something. It's not gonna work. There's a scalpel that propped on the tray on bits of brain. I'll take it with me. Oh, gods. Be careful, Jack. We don't know how they might react. Human brains. There's a shovel stuck in the mass of flesh, blood, and bone. Okay. Stay away from my serum. Jack? Mr. Horn is distracted. Let's turn it to our advantage. Alright, let's... Could possibly be some, death screens here. I don't know just how we're going to do this, but... That was a scalpel, so scar can split of hair. There are bits of brain stuck to the blade. That won't help me take him out. Alright, shovel. Are you trying to attack me? Don't be naive. All I have to do is give my gods the word, and they'll tear you to pieces. I don't know where it looks. It looks like a broiler crossed with a pressure plate. There's gauze in the pressure wheel. I'll take it. Where do I have gauze? Human remains. There's 3 feet of gauze soaked in dried blood. Cut the gauze in half. Okay. I won't be able to see a thing. Alright, cool. 2 stiffs can't see. No risk to alert Moreland. What are you gonna do? The shovel has sharp edges. Sharp enough to take his head clean off. Be careful. This is silly. Doctor? Yes? Problem solved. Now let's grab that serum and get out of here. What have you done? I'll kill you! Shut the fuck up. Defeat the Reanimator, defeat Dr. Moreland, who actually is a villain in the series. We got him. Let us never discuss this again. I should be doing some more, not here. Alright, so we're about to roll into probably the final part of the game, and I'm thinking this is a pretty good place to stop right now. So yeah, Dr. Moreland is a character in both the films and the original story for Reanimator, if you're interested. He's actually, supposedly kills West in the first film at the end of the story, but West comes back and he's not reanimated. I mean, the Reanimator series is not the films is not to be taken seriously. The book itself was never meant to be taken seriously. It was Lovecraft's basically going off the rails when in his young career, deciding to do something which just undead goofiness about a man trying to bring back tissue from death back to life, and always messing it up, because it's kind of like Frankenstein if it was done by the Three Stooges. But in that case, I hope you enjoyed your time here. Like, subscribe as usual, and I will see you next time. Bye. I'd like to thank my Acolyte level supporters, whose contributions help this channel grow and hastens the inevitable digital apocalypse and rise of the Dark Lords of Content and Data.